So in the last session, so just we started about overloading, one of very important concepts of OOPS, overloading concept just we started, right? Now my next target here is related to overloading. There are several important loopholes are there. Okay, what is overloading? Everyone can aware. But what internal loopholes? Let me talk around 5 to 6 cases so that you people can feel comfortable with overloading, right? But every case very important for the exam, very important for the interview room. Okay, now let me go for case 1. Let me go for case 1 here. Just observe. Sir, I am taking class test. Now very important case, class test. Here public void M1, public void M1 of int I. Sir, public void M1 of int I, system.out.println int arg method. Int arg method, public void M1 of int I, int arg method. Next, public void M1 of, public void M1 of float f, system.out.println float arg method, float arg method. Okay, like so total how many methods are there? There are 2 methods. Can I use the term these 2 methods are overloaded methods or not? Yes, because both the methods having same name but different argument types. That's why I can use the word these 2 methods are what? Overloaded methods. These 2 methods are overloaded methods. Next, here see public static void main method, public static void main method, string array args, public static void main string array args. Now tester t is equal to new tester, now tester t is equal to new tester. Now I am calling t.m1 method, t.m1 method by passing 10 as the argument. So t.m1 of 10. Can you tell which method will get the chance now? Int arg, because exact match is always going to get high priority. Int arg, right? Int arg. Next, t.m1 of 10.5f, t.m1 of 10.5f. Can you tell what the answer we are going to get now? Float arg. Sir, int arg method, float arg method, right? Next, t.m1 of, here just observe, yet at this stage, so at this stage let me explain one small example or small what experience I have, a funny experience I have related to this example. Few years back, almost around 4 or 5 years back, I was taking only one batch, morning 7 to 9 batch only. So if the class is started, okay, then after 2 months the batch will be there. So these many number of batches won't be there at that time. Then what happened here? So one time I was there in the reception chair. Then the number of students also 4 or 5 members. Very less number of students are there. Hardly 10 members are there in that class. Then one of very senior person came. So that day, the Saturday, I was there in the reception chair because at my break time. So first 7 to 9 or 7 to 10 completed, and then tiffin break, like I was there in the reception chair. Then one very senior person came. That person is asking, sir, I want to join a CJP course, like, why not? You can. Sir, when will be the next batch? The next batch will be after 1 month or 1.5 months, like I told. Then, sir, can I continue in the existing batch? Then immediately I asked her, do you have basic idea in Java? Because if you have the basic idea, then only these classes are helpful. Do you have the basic idea in Java, like I asked her? Then immediately that person told, sir, for the last 4 years I am working in Java only. Oh, then wrong question I asked, like, so okay sir, no problem, you can continue my classes. So today onwards, like, you can. Then the discussion going on, then that person, he is telling, sir, so why with 4 or 5 years of experience, why you are coming to these classes? Like, sir, interview purpose. In the interview room, most of the times only core Java related questions only. So that's why to get perfection, I want to attend these sessions like he told. Then in the discussion, he is telling something like, sir, these days in the interview room, okay, very stupid people are sitting in the interview room without having the subject. These people are taking the interview, sir, like this person told. Yes, sir. Maybe possible, because in my company, at that time I was working in some company. In my company, every Friday my lead is going to come. Okay, Durga, can you please tell some 10 important Java questions like? Then I asked one time, do you want only questions or answers also? Then the person told, no, answers are not required, only questions are enough. Then I asked, without knowing answers, how you can justify? Because he has to take interview on Saturday, Sunday. Friday is coming. Sir, can you please share? Durga, can you please share some important FAQs on Java? Like he may ask. Then, so without knowing the answer, how you can justify whether student is telling correct answer or not? Like, so I asked. Then that my lead told, Durga, with how much confidence this person is answering, based on that I can decide whether this person is know the subject or not. Like, are you getting? Even without knowing answers, the people may ask the question. Sir, it's a practical proof. Even my lead also doing the same thing like I told. Yes, sir. In the last interview, do you know what happened? I went for the interview room with 4 years of experience. Then that person asked one simple silly question, sir. So there is one method which can take into the argument. But I'm passing care argument. Is that method is going to get in the chance or not? Like that interview person asked, sir. Then I told very easily. Then I told, no, comparative method you are going to get, because exact match is not there. Okay, this method can take into the argument, but I'm passing which one as the argument? Care as the argument. Comparative method you are going to get. Like I told, sir, like, but that bloody stupid interview person, he didn't accept my answer, sir, you know, like he's telling. Then automatically I got shocked, because actually this method is going to get in the chance. This person is using that bloody stupid interview person. He didn't accept my answer, sir. I told 3 times, but he didn't accept, he rejected. Then that person send out me, sir, send out from the interview room like he told. Okay, this type of experience is there, sir, like it. Then I got shocked. Then okay, so break time completed. Then I came to the class. Even that person asked, sir, can I come today onwards? Like, why not? Can you please come? Like that. Then very unfortunate that day I have to tell this one only. Then the situation came. If I am telling T that Yaman of A for this care argument, int method will get the chance. If I can tell like that, then this person may feel stupid bloody person without having the subject taking a CJP sessions, like he may feel. Then what I did is, okay, I asked the students only, boss, I'm passing care argument, but the method has int parameter it's going to take. Can you tell this method is going to get in the chance or not? Like I asked the students only. Then some students told, yes sir, that method is going to execute, but some students told, no sir, that method won't execute. In this list, whose voice is very loud is this person voice only. Okay, then, so I'm not in a position to tell. Then what I did is, I executed this program and I showed the yes care argument. For this care argument, int method will get the chance, like I executed. After that, I gave the confirmation, right? Are you getting? Because without execution, he may not believe me, but definitely he is going to believe. So system output. So int argument is getting the chance. Even for the care method also, no problem at all. Like I showed, and then I started explaining. Are you getting? Very important point. This was happened so few years back with one senior person. Okay. So if there is a method which can take into the argument, if I am passing care argument, no problem at all. That method will get the chance, it will execute. Okay, what is the internal rule? What is the generalized rule? Simple. In overloading method resolution, sir, in overloading method resolution, compiler is always going to check exact matched method not there. If exact matched method is there, it will execute. If it is not there, compiler won't rise compile time error immediately. Are you getting? Compiler won't rise immediately compile time error, right? What the compiler will do is, what the compiler is going to do? Simple. Compiler promotes this char argument to the next level. Are you getting? So if I promote to the next level, can you tell char can be promoted to char can be promoted to intertype. Are you getting? First compiler promotes this argument to the next level and check is there any matched method is available or not. Yes, matched method is there, then it will get the chance. Are you able to understand? So if the matched method is not there, compiler won't rise compile time error. Once again promote this argument to next level. What is the next level, Anna? Long, next level float, next level double. Similarly byte to short to int. Do you know this one is nothing but this one itself is nothing but like, okay, so make sure you people should aware this thing itself is automatic promotion in overloading. So promotion is going to be happen automatically. We are not responsible to do automatic promotion in overloading is nothing but like. Are you able to understand? So while resolving overloaded methods, if exact matched method is not available, then compiler won't rise compile time error immediately. Compiler promotes this argument to the next level and check whether matched method is available or not. If the matched method is available, it will execute or it will consider. If a matched method not available, once again promotes argument to the next level. This process will be continued until completing all possible promotions. Still, if the matched method is not available, then we will get compile time error at last. Are you getting? So still all promotions completed, so no matched method, then only we are going to get compile time error. Clear for all of you? Now just observe. Sir, I am taking here, see, t dot m1 of 10L. Sir, 10L means what? What is this type? Long type. Either any long argument method? No. Then what will happen? Long argument will be promoted to float. Long argument will be promoted to float. Sir, either any float method? Yes. That's why which method, which output by default we are going to get in the chance is float arg method will get the chance. Are you getting? Next, t dot m1 of here I am taking just a 10.5, that's all. Are you getting? 10.5. Sir, 10.5 by default what type? Double type. Is there any double argument method? Not there. Is it possible to promote double argument to next level? No. That's why matched method is not there and the promotions also not possible. Then we are going to get compile time error saying cannot find symbol. Which symbol, Anna? Cannot find symbol. Which symbol is method m1 of double. Method m1 of double. In which location is class test? In which location is the class test like? I hope you people can very clearly write. Okay, this cannot find symbol like. So which symbol method m1 of double location class test like compile time method we are going to get. I hope is it clear for all of you, right? Okay, this yeah. So this one itself is automatic promotion in overloading, right? Are you able to understand? Okay, add case 1. Keep subheading on case 1 subheading. Automatic promotion in overloading. Automatic promotion in overloading. Okay, at the point. Add in overloading. Add while resolving overloaded methods. If exact matched method is not available, not available, then we won't get any compile time error immediately. Then we won't get any compile time error immediately. We won't get any compile time error immediately. We won't get any compile time error immediately. First it will promote argument. First it will promote argument to the next level. First it will promote argument to the next level. First it will promote argument to the next level and check whether matched method is available or not. And check whether matched method is available or not. And check whether matched method is available or not. Is available or not. Next, if a matched method is available, then it will be considered. If a matched method is available, then it will be considered. And if the matched method is not available, then compiler promotes argument. Once again to the next level. Compiler promotes argument once again to the next level. This process will be continued. This process will be continued until all possible promotions. This process will be continued until all possible promotions. Still, if the matched method is not available, then we will get compile time error. Next, the following are all possible promotions. In overloading. Okay, take this one. Byte to short. Take this diagram. Byte to short to int. I hope we saw this type of this diagram several times. Byte to short to int to long to float to double. Next, char to int, like this. Char to int. I hope. Is that clear, right? Now this process is called automatic promotion in overloading. Okay, at that point also. This process is called automatic promotion in overloading. This process is called automatic promotion in overloading. Okay, that's all clear for all of you, right? Okay, take this example. Take this one. public void m1 of int I, SOP of int arg method. Next, public void m1 of float f, float arg method. And these two methods are called overloaded methods. Take clearly. Next, public static void main tester t is equal to new test t dot m1 of 10, t dot m1 of 10 int arg method, t dot m1 of 10.5 float arg method, t dot m1 of a int arg, t dot m1 of like. Make sure you people should aware. So take comparative method also clearly. Cannot find symbol like. Take. Cannot find a symbol. Which is symbol? Method m1 of double location class test, location class test like. Can I complete it right? So this is case 1, automatic promotion in overloading. Okay. Next, let me go for case 2. Case 2. Now just observe. This case is also a bit important case. Completed right? Completed I hope. Next one. Legend this one. Sir, here I am taking. So these method calls anyway. No related to the first one. Here see. Public void m1 of. Sir, same methods only but with a small difference. Here see. Sir, I am taking public void m1 of m1 of string s. Sir, string argument. Now it is the string version like I am taking. Next up, public void m1 of here just observe. Public void m1 of object o, now object version like. So now just observe these two methods, public void m1 of string s string version, public void m1 of object o object version. Can I use the term these two methods are overloaded or not? Ayo, these are overloaded methods or not? Yes. Okay. So now these two methods are by default considered as overloaded methods because both methods having the same name but different arguments, right? Now observe a bit carefully. Main method tester t is equal to new tester t dot m1 of new object. Sir, t dot m1 of new object. I'm passing object as the argument. Then which method will get the chance? Object version. Make sure you should aware. In overloading, exact matched. If exact match is always going to get high priority. Sir, new object version. Now, which one is the output by default? You are going to get here. Object version is the output. Object version, right? Next, t dot m1 of Durga like I am taking. T dot m1 of Durga. Can you tell what is this Durga? Durga is a string argument. Then which method will get the chance? String version. No problem at all. Now the answer is string version. By default we are going to get. Next, t dot m1 of T dot m1 of, here null I am taking. T dot m1 of null. Null is valid value for string. Null is the valid value for object also. Then who is going to get in the chance? String version or object version? String version or object version or compile time error? Which one is going to get in the chance? The people who attended already be silent, so that the remaining people can think much. They can remember the point well. Either string version or object version or compile time error. Okay. Here just observe, string is there, object is there. Who is the parent, who is the child? Object is the parent and string is child. Are you getting? Just let me explain one small analogy so that you people can remember well. Suppose assume you went to collector office. Okay, so to get collector sign, so you want to go for higher education to the US or somewhere. Okay, so for that collector level sign must be required. You went there to the collector office. Okay, from your native place almost around 50 kilometers far, you went there. Your plan for that day is by 11 or 12 you have to complete that work, and then you want to go for movie, and after completing that movie by evening you will come back to your native place. That is a plan. Then you went there. So you are in the collector office, you are waiting to get the chance to talk with the collector, like you are in the queue or otherwise you are waiting outside. Then after half an hour or 45 minutes you got the chance, yes, to talk with the collector. Then you entered into collector chamber, but collector max he can give 2 minutes time. Are you getting? Then within 2 minutes or 3 minutes you have to tell, sir, I am so and so village, okay, belongs to this district only, so I want to go for higher education for US. Collector sign must be required. This is my VRO letter, MRO letter. Can you please have a look and please sign, sir? You have to convince the collector within 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Then he has to sign and so on, right? But here, but instead of that, you got your plan is after completing this work you want to go for movie, right? Then you ask her, sir, Rabasa movie, in which theater it's playing? Is that cinema theater, is it nearby collector office or not? Can I ask these type of questions to the collector? By what can I go to that theater or not? So if I am asking these things to the collector will give left and right. Are you getting? He will call the attender, can you please throw out this person from the collector office, like, because you can't ask collector these type of things. You have to ask the collector, sir, so this is my work, can you please sign? This is the requirement, like you have to tell about your work. But instead of that, Rabasa movie, in which theater it is playing, or so is it nearby or not, is that movie is good or not, by what can I go to that theater or not? These kind of things can ask the collector. Then the collector will give left and right. Are you getting? Then so you can ask all these things attender. So attender is there outside, so you can ask, nearby any theater or not, is it walkable or not, like you can ask the attender. Then you can't ask these things to the collector. Have you observed? If the work is going to complete at attender level, what is the need of talking at collector level? Are you getting the point? Now can you tell T dot m1 of null? Null is valid for string argument, valid for object argument. Then which one is going to get in the chance? String version or object version? If the work is going to complete at child level, what is the need of going for the parent? Are you getting? If the work can complete at child level, what is the need of parent? That's why the output by default you are going to get string version only. Very important concept. Make sure you people should aware. Okay, string version. The output itself is nothing but what? String version. Very important for job-based written test, even for SCJP also. Sir, null argument I am passing. So parent is there, child is there. Both methods got matched. Child is always going to get more priority, high priority than parent. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, at this point. Yeah, take this example. Case 2. Case 2. String version, public void m1 of object O. Object version, Next test t is equal to new test t dot m1 of new object version t dot m1 of Durga string version. Completed, I hope. T dot m1 of new object version, T dot m1 of Durga string version, right? Completed, I hope. Okay, take a note. While resolving overloaded methods, compiler will always gives the precedence. Compiler will always gives the precedence for child class, child type argument, when compared with parent argument, parent type argument, are you getting? So this is another case what we have. Now just observe. So I want to make a small change for this program. You have to decide what is the output by default you are going to get. Just observe this one, Anna. What change I want to take? Here take observe a bit carefully. Sir, public void m1 of string yes, string version. Public void m1 of string yes, string version. Public void m1 of string buffer SB, now this one is string buffer version. This one is nothing but what? String buffer version. Sir, first one string version, second one is what? String buffer version, right? Okay. Now, so do you know object is the parent, correct or not? For the object, one child is what? String. Another child is what? String buffer. Now observe. One is the string buffer, right? Now my target is just observe T dot M1 of Durga I am taking. T dot M1 of Durga. Can you tell who is going to get in the chance? This one is nothing but what? String. Durga string. Exact match is always going to get in the chance. Then what is the output? String version. Right? Next up, T dot M1 of, so T dot M1 of, here string. Now new string buffer. Just I am creating string buffer object. New string buffer of Durga like. Sir, it is the string buffer object. Not string buffer object. Can you tell who is going to get in the chance now? String buffer version, right? Okay, the output will become string buffer version. Right? Next up, T dot M1 of null. T dot M1 of null. Who is going to get in the chance now? Ayo, T dot M1 of null. Who is going to get in the chance? Because null valid value for string. Null is valid value for string buffer. Then who is going to get in the chance? Either string version or string buffer version or compile method. Because string and string buffer both are at the same level. If one is the parent, the other one is the child can get the chance. But both are at same level. Then compiler will always just if the compiler will give priority for string, then the string buffer can give left and right. Because when compared with the string, what is the less with the string buffer? Both are at same level. If the compiler gave the chance to string buffer, then string will give left and right. Both methods matched. Both are at same level. That's why immediately compile time error we are going to get saying reference to M1 is ambiguous. Reference to M1 is ambiguous. Boss ambiguity problem because both methods got matched. Then which method I have to execute is a problem. Like a compile time error by default we are going to get in the last case. Are you able to understand that? Okay, this is very important for the exam. Okay, make sure at this point. Take case 3. Next case. Case 3. Class test. Public void M1 of string S. SOP of string version. Public void M1 of string buffer SB. String buffer version. String buffer version. Public static void main T.M1 of Durga string version, T.M1 of new string buffer of Durga string buffer version. Compile time error we are going to get reference to M1 is ambiguous. Completed, right? Reference to M1 is ambiguous. Completed, right? Case 3. Next, case 4. Next case. Case 4. Case 4. Okay, this case is also a bit important. Just listen carefully about this case. Sir, here I am taking same public void M1 of, here observe my arguments. Public void M1 of int I comma float f. Sorry, int I comma float f. Int float version. Int float version. Okay, like next public void M1 of float f comma int I, float f comma int I, float int version, float int version. Okay, like, are you getting? So total how many methods are there? Two methods, int float but float int. Can I use that on both are overloaded methods or not? Yes, because at least change in the order of arguments are different, order is different, that's why. Now my target is test t is equal to new test. Okay, here see, observe this, t dot m1 of 10 comma 10.5 f, t dot m1 of 10 comma 10.5 f. Can you tell what the answer by default you are going to get? Exact match is always going to get high priority. Then who is getting the chance? Int float version. Okay, like, now t dot m1 of 10.5 f comma 10, not 10.5 f comma 10. Can you tell who is going to get in the chance now? 10.5 f float, 10 means what? Int. So who is going to get in the chance now? Float int version, like, float int version. Next, t dot m1 of 10 comma 10. Who is going to get in the chance now? Think a bit carefully and then tell the answer. T dot m1 of 10 10. Float int or int float? Float int or int float? Exact match is always going to get in the chance. So what is here? 10. 10 is what type? Int. Is there any method with int argument first? Yes. What is the second? Int. Int can be promoted to the float or not? Then what the answer? Int float. But I have one doubt. So in India, usually we are considering from left to right. That's why first you match this one and then you match it. But assume in Pakistan, okay, the argument order maybe they may consider from right to left. Are you getting? Now here 10 means what is this one? Int. Which one got matched? Here this one. Next, this argument 10 int, here float, no problem, promote. So in India the answer is int float, but in Pakistan the answer is float int. Is the Java language is the country dependent language? Now platform independent, okay, well, is the country dependent language? No. Make sure. So both the methods got matched. Regarding first method matched, second method matched, my compiler not in a position to decide because both are matched. That's why immediately compile time error by default we are going to get saying reference to m1 is ambiguous. Reference to m1 is ambiguous, like, are you getting? So this is what you people should aware. Next, t dot m1 of, okay, listen, because both methods got matched, that's why. Now listen well, t dot m1 of 10.5 f 10.5 f, t dot m1 of 10.5 f 10.5 f. Can you tell which method will get the chance? First method will get, or second method will get, or comparative method? So observe, first argument is what? Float. So first method not matched because first argument is the int. So float to int, no, not conversion is not there. That's why first one not matched. Second one matched or not? 10.5 of float. Oh, no problem. First argument wise no problem. And the second argument what you are passing? Float. But here what this method is expecting? Int. Float to int conversion, no. Int to float is there, float to int not there. So this method not matched, this method not matched. So no method matched. That's why compile time error you are going to get saying cannot find symbol. Sir, there is no such type of method. Cannot find symbol. Which symbol? Method m1 of method m1 of float comma float, location class test, like we are getting. Are you able to understand? Sir, when we will get cannot find symbol, when we will get ambiguity problem, observe the difference, right? Clear for all of you, right? Okay, at this point. Take next case. Case 4. Public void M1 of int I float f into float version. Next up, float f int I, float int version. Test t is equal to new test t dot m1 of 10 comma 10.5 f. Int float version. F comma 10 float int version. T dot m1 of 10. Reference to M1 is ambiguous, like. Completed, I hope. So the first one into float version, second float into version 10. Reference to M1 is ambiguous. 10.5F, 10.5F. Cannot find symbol. Which is symbol? Method M1 of float location class text. Clear, right? Okay. So that's all. This is what you people should aware clearly, I hope. Now the next terminology. Okay, next case here, see. So next case is also a bit important. Make sure you should aware. Sir, I am taking public void M1 of int x. So it's a normal method, general method, like somewhere we covered this example, but anyway still aware. Here see, public void M1 of int dot x. Do you know what is this method? Where arc method we covered already. This one where arc method. So general method, where arc method, right? Okay. Can I use the term both are overloaded or not? Yes, because both methods having the same name but a different argument types. Both are different. Here one int, but here you call this method by passing any number of int values. That's why where arc method. Okay, overloaded methods only. Okay, now t dot m1 without any argument. So t dot m1 without any argument. Can you tell first method matched? No. Second method matched? Yes, because we can call this method by passing any number of int values including zero number. Zero number is nothing but this one only. That's why what output by default we are going to get, where arc method will get the chance. Where arc method. Next, t dot m1 of 10 comma 20 I am taking. Cannot tell who is going to get in the chance now. T dot m1 of 10 20. First one not matched. Second one, you can call this method by passing any number of int values. Okay, 2 int values, no problem. Now which method? Where arc method only. Where arc method. Next, t dot m1 of 10 I am passing. Have you observed t dot m1 of 10? 1 int value. First method matched or not? Yes. Second method matched or not? Yes. Both methods matched. Then who is going to get in the chance now? General method or where arc method? Oh, I remember somewhere we covered this one. General method, where arc method. Who is going to get in the chance now? Compulsory. General method or where arc? General method. Because the reason, general method having 19 plus years of industry experience. Because general method concept came in which version? 1.0 version. Where arc method concept came in the 1.5 version. Okay. It is the old new. Who is going to get in the chance is old version is always going to get in the chance. That's why to provide compatibility with old version, if anywhere fighting between old and the new, compulsory who is going to get in the chance is nothing man. Old version will get the chance. That's why what is the output by default we are going to get? General method. General method. Okay, take this example. It's also overloading. Next case number 5. Take clearly. Where arc method, general method. Overloaded methods like completed, right? But here one conclusion you people should aware. First complete. Okay, I hope clear and completed, right? Now one conclusion you people should aware clearly. Okay, let's see. There is one special property is there for where arc methods. Special property is there for where arc. What is the special property is? In general, where arc method will get least priority. Least priority. If no other method matched, then only where arc method will get the chance. Are you getting that? So here in the first two cases no other method matched, that's why where arc. But in the third case other method matched, that's why where arc won't get the chance. So where arc method will get least priority. If no other method matched, then only where arc method will get the chance. Okay, this is one thing. Next, second, yes, it is exactly same as default case inside switch. Sir, switch case 1, case 2 and so on. Last one is nothing but what? Default. Can you tell when the default case will get the chance? When the default case will get the chance? If no other case matched, then only default will get the chance. Exactly same. If no other method matched, then only default method will get a chance, then only hierarchy method will get a chance. Clear for all of it at this point? In general, hierarchy method will get least priority. In general, hierarchy method will get least priority. Hierarchy method will get least priority. Least priority. Hierarchy method will get least priority. Least priority. That is, if no other method matched, then only hierarchy method will get the chance. No other method matched, then only hierarchy method will get the chance. Hierarchy method will get the chance. Then only hierarchy method will get the chance. It is exactly same as default case. It is exactly same as a default case inside switch. Exactly same as the default case inside a switch. Default case inside a switch. Default case inside a switch. That's all. Completed, right? Okay. So make sure you should aware. Okay. This is one case. Now the last case, let me explain a bit, very important. Case 6. 6 or 7? 6, right? Yes, see. Case 6. Now listen. Sir, I am taking class animal. Class animal class. Can you tell any child class of animal? Ayo. Any child of animal? Dog. Any other animal? Huh? Tiger. Huh? Okay. So I'm writing my favorite animal. Class monkey extends animal. Class monkey extends animal. Okay. So do you know there is one comment on Indian software engineers. Okay, Indian software engineers are monkeys. Okay, there is one comment especially on Indian software engineers by US people, Europe people, like what the reason for that is, so most of the times in India, if I am working for IBM, how many years I may work? Most of the times I may work 2 years or 3 years. Okay, I won't work 20 years or 25 years or 30 years, like very rare this type of thing in India especially. But if you go for US or if you go for Europe, so I worked for Finland IBM client. In the Finland IBM, usually we are getting the mails saying, today Tommy completed his 15th year in IBM. Are you getting? Today, so Vainanpa completed its 20th year in IBM. These type of words are there. Okay, are you getting? But in India, very rare. Suppose today, myself and my friend both are going in the high-tech city. So both are working in the same company. But next Monday, suddenly this person is entering into another building. Hey, what happened? Like, hey, from this day onwards, I'm working for this company. Is nothing but like, because in India especially, we are giving a bit importance for package, importance for salaries. If any person is coming, sir, I will give some 30% hike. Can you please? I'm ready to come. Is nothing but like. Next, before joining in this company, I will update my resume with that 30% hike also in the resume. If any other person is coming, sir, I can give 50% hike. Then I will go to that company, not this. Especially in India, we are giving a bit importance for salary or package like. So that's why. So there is no guarantee. Today Durga is there in this company. Tomorrow whether Durga is there in this company or not, no guarantee in India. Are you getting? I may go to another company like. That's it's a one word comment for Indian software engineer especially. Class monkey extends animal. Now class test I am taking. Sir, test class test. Public void M1 of animal A. Public void M1 of animal A. System.out.println animal version. Public void M1 of animal A, animal version. Next, public void m1 of public void m1 of monkey m system dot out dot println monkey version like. So this is the test class. How many methods are there? 2 methods are there. Can I use the term these 2 methods are overloaded or not? Yes, overloaded methods because here animal monkey is nothing but like both methods having the same name but different argument types. Okay, overloaded methods. Okay, now my target is here. Let me take public static void main method string array args, public static void main string array args. Okay, now I want to call these methods. If you want to call any of these methods, test object must be required. Now test t is equal to new test because both m1 methods are instance methods. Test t1 is equal to new test. Now observe first terminology. Sir, animal a is equal to new animal. Sir, a is what type of reference? Animal type. Object is what type? Animal type. Animal a is equal to new animal. T dot m1 of a. T dot m1 of a is nothing but animal reference, animal object, T dot m1 of a. Can you tell which method will get the chance? Because exact match. A is what type? Animal. Exact match is always going to get in the chance. That's why what is the output we will get? Animal version. Animal version, right? Next, second possibility. Sir, monkey m is equal to, I am creating child object. Monkey m is equal to new monkey. Monkey m is equal to new monkey. T dot m1 of m. T dot m1 of m. Can you tell who is going to get in the chance now? Because exact match is always going to get in the chance. M is what type? Monkey. That's why exact match. Monkey reference, monkey object. That's why monkey version will get the chance. Okay, now third one. Okay, third point. Animal a1 is equal to new monkey. Animal a1 is equal to new monkey. Sir, parent reference, child object. Parent reference, child object. Okay, T dot m1 of T dot m1 of animal a1 is equal to a1. T dot m1 of a1. Can I tell who is going to get in the chance now? Are you getting? Sir, parent reference, what child object? T dot m1 of a1. Who is going to get in the chance? Monkey version or animal version? Have you remember? Somewhere we covered in overloading. Compiler is responsible to perform method resolution based on reference types. Are you getting? Runtime object never play any role in overloading. So in overloading, method resolution is always based on reference type by the compiler only. That's why so T dot m1 of a1. A1 is what type? Animal. That's why animal version. Are you getting? Next, here T dot m1 of m. M is what type? Monkey type. Monkey version. T dot m1 of a. A is what type? Animal type. Animal version. Is it clear, right? Okay. So maybe a chance to ask this possibility also. Take this one. Class animal. Class monkey extends animal. So these two methods are overloaded methods. Okay. Next, take a note. Whatever the point we covered in the last session, same note. In overloading, method resolution, always takes care by, compiler based on method resolution always takes care by compiler based on reference type, and that's all, based on reference type, full stop. In overloading runtime object, runtime object won't play, in overloading runtime object won't play any role, that's all. So these are various loopholes, overloading and overloading related loopholes, right? Now in the next session I will talk about overriding concept. Okay.